Morning, even afternoon, we got a banger for y'all today, baby. We got a video from Josh here. His YouTube's in the description. Go watch all of his videos. This dude's awesome. And what we got for you here is one of my favorite videos I've seen from him because it is a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. I talk about my personalized experience with bagels here and how much of an expert I am. So comment down below. Let me know if you agree with me. If y'all do enjoy this, leave a like, hit the sub button. Most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. I'll catch you in the next one.
Look, if we're gonna make a bagel,
I know bagels, bro.
Cheese, any sort of way,
right.
It's gonna be the right way.
I am a bagel connoisseur. Bagels are one of my favorite things to eat, especially when I lived in New York. I will say Florida does not do bagels near as well as New York, but it's like you flip it. Like Florida seafood is incredible. You know what I mean?
Poland Spring. The second you see this, you know someone's in New York. So we're gonna go down to the local.
Is that only in New York? Because I used to see that everywhere.
Taste it. I've had them before, but I need to revise my memory to really make this properly. So they're whipping it up, classic style, on a roll. I did salt, pepper, ketchup. You know, not always do people do that, but it's a classic. Nothing wrong with it. Somehow they have everything you could possibly need in one place. All things are possible, beautiful, and bacon, egg, and cheese is plentiful. And the garbage truck is loud. Yeah! Something special about this. Is it dog poop? Is it drugs? Or is it alcohol that he's gonna drink in public? No. This is a bacon, egg, and cheese. When you say the name of this sandwich, please be aware that if you're in New York, for some reason it's all one word. It's bacon, egg, and cheese. The less syllables, the better, I would say. Bah. There it is. But I mean, come on.
Oh.
I'll put this in my...
And me and Josh are the same for real, because that was kind of the thought I just had.
There are many things of the culture of New York that ties everything together. Earlier, Vikram was talking about how he really doesn't want to live in New York. Fine, everybody to each their own. I'm not sure if I would either, but it's moments like this that do make me want to live in New York. It's a little quaintness of it. Step outside your brownstone or your apartment or whatever, wherever you're living, right? Stroll down, grab a crappy coffee in one of these, and it just feels right. Got all these beautiful buildings, history, but this bacon, egg, and cheese, for some reason, ties it all together for me. I hate when I get a breakfast sandwich that doesn't have enough bacon. You know what I'm talking about? Every breakfast sandwich from every fast food chain, get a little paper thin, razor thin piece of bacon. I don't even know how they slice it that thin. This is chock full of it. And wide open in your mouth. It's a classic. I don't think this is about making it better, but I do think that it's about elevating all of the elements that we love the most about this sandwich and making what I think might be the most iconic bacon, egg, and cheese, if not close to it.
Okay, so we're back at the...
So bagels in New York are like, it's so, I can't even express how much I love them. Like, that's how fat I am. Like, some of you might know, I don't know if this is a chain, Bruegger's Bagels. I know, obviously it was in New York everywhere growing up, but I used to stop there like almost every morning before school. And I would get a bagel, you know what I'm saying? With my buddy, Tony. And no matter how many times I would eat those bagels, they always tasted so good every single morning. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like you could eat the same thing every morning and you kind of get used to it. Bro, it was like the first time. Like the bagels, they're incredible. Now, it's the thing. So I come to Florida, bagels, a little more difficult to find good spots. There's a couple, right? They literally say it's something with the water. I don't fully know that. But then it's like seafood in New York, I didn't love. Just no offense. I didn't really eat seafood. And now that I'm in Florida, I'm eating way more seafood where it's like fresh grouper, halibut, stuff like that. And it's like, because it's so fresh, it doesn't taste fishy at all. So it's very interesting how like different spots, you have different styles of food that are so well done. It's like, but I don't need them because, I'm a fatty, but bagels, I used to eat them like every single morning, bro. I love
you already
bagels.
heard my key takeaways, but I have all the flavors in my mind, in my mouth.
I love
now,
this shirt,
so
by the way,
spit
Josh.
all that back up onto a plate. With all that being said,
Josh got a Lambo? Josh, you got a Lambo?
Right, as I've said, this isn't just about a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. It's the culture and the little tricks and things that create something much more special. This is a bacon, egg, and cheese. And one of those classic elements is a soft Kaiser roll. Sure, you could go buy one, and I can tell you right now, the local bodega is definitely not making theirs. People are gonna complain, oh, he bought them, what the fuck? So guess what? I'm making it. So, stand mixer bowl, add 450 grams of all-purpose flour.
And this one, I'm really hungry right now, and this one's making me really hungry.
Because I want consistency
even more hungry
in your
than normal.
And if you don't want to use grams, link at the bottom of the description for the full recipe. Anyway, in your flour, 3 grams of food-grade amylase powder, 9 grams of fine sea salt, and 8 grams of sugar. Mix until combined. Separately, you'll need 170 grams of water at around 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Whisk in 8 grams of instant yeast until dissolved, followed by 1 large egg. And with your stand mixer fitted with Le Spiral, begin mixing at medium-low and add your yeasty egg eggies. Let that mix until you get a rough dough, then add in 28 grams of unsalted softened butter. Keyword is softened here, pal. All right, don't make any mistakey wakies.
I wonder why that is.
Completely until incorporated, then continue to
Is it
knead
just
for
'cause
2
it
to 3
doesn't
minutes
mix near as well,
until you get a
maybe?
smooth, supple dough. Pop that into a grease bowl and rise for 1 hour or till doubled. Punch that brother down. Cut into 6 even pieces around 130 grams each. Roll into toit balls. Did you know that many things start with balls? I don't know if that's true or not. Now place those balls on a parchment-lined baking sheet, and once you have all your balls evenly spaced apart,
keep saying balls like that,
use
bro.
a Kaiser press, link in the description for the one that I use, and press that until almost to the point of touching the baking sheet, but not all the way through the dough. Repeat with all your balls. Spray their tops with nonstick spray, flip them over, and cover with greased plastic wrap to proof for 25 minutes at room temperature. This is a good time to preheat your oven to 375 Fahrenheit if you're thinking ahead. And once they're done resting, gently flip them all back over, brush each bun lightly with whole milk, then sprinkle all of them with poppy seeds, and then pop into your preheated oven for 15 to 18 minutes.
It's a random
or until
thought I
you
just had. Does Josh do this? I wonder if Josh does this at his house or if he has like a studio. You know what I mean? Like a spot where he goes and records.
beautiful golden
Just a
brown.
random thought I just had.
Emerges. Let those cool completely on a wire rack, and I'll tell you what, brother, you're about 3/4 of the way to a beautiful sandwich. Let's start our sando off with Mr. Traditional, a classic bacon, egg, and cheese with salt, pep, and ketchup. This is one of the only ways you'll see me doing something as sinister as putting ketchup on my eggs. First, obviously slice your rolls in half, lightly toast them.
Hey, listen, Josh, I mess with ketchup on my eggs, bro. I can't lie. Frank's Red Hot is definitely like my #1 and my go-to, but I'll do ketchup.
Each
You know what I'm
sandwich will be
saying?
2 whole eggs cracked and whisked, so 8 total if you're making 4 sandwiches. So I guess we'll work off the idea that we're making 4 sandwiches. Season to taste with salt, which again, it's okay to season them ahead with salt as long as you're cooking them hard, which we will here. Whisk until homogeneous. Now you'll need 1 pound of Applewood smoked bacon, cooked however you like it. The easiest way is to pop it on a baking sheet and into a 400-degree oven. For
I
about 10 to
also
15
didn't
minutes
realize
until cooked
how to
you
do
would
this
like it.
until
Look, I know that
within
there's
the last
debate
year.
of, oh, do we go crispy?
I used to
Do we
do 'em in
go
the pan.
floppy? Listen, this is not the time for flaccid bacon, all right? I'm all
True.
for a moist bacon, but I want this
I'm not.
crunchy, okay?
True.
Of the texture. Drain lightly on a paper towel to soak up the excess greasiness, and then get a 10-inch nonstick pan, heat over medium heat. Add about a tablespoon of unsalted butter or just enough to coat the pan. And once that's melted and bubbling, pour in about 2 whole eggs worth of your beaten eggs. And as that cooks, bring the sides to the center of the pan, letting the uncooked egg fill up the now empty space in the pan. Repeat all the way around. And once that egg is nearly fully set, add 1 to 2 slices of American cheese to the center. Feel free to give it a little bit of pep. Then fold one side of the egg.
I don't care what anyone says, by the way. This cheese right here.
Add 1
This is my favorite cheese, okay? The square yellow American blocks, or you know, the white American cheese is good too, like either or. But that is my favorite kind of cheese with eggs, with hamburgers, like anything. That is it, bro. It's it.
1 to 2 slices of American cheese
love it.
to the center. Feel free to give it a little bit of pep. Then fold one side of the egg towards the center, then the bottom of the egg also towards the center, the other side of the egg towards the center. See where we're going here? And finally, the
Towards
top
the center.
down to enclose a little parcel of egg. Sign it yours truly. Make sure the god dang address is correct for once, and send that shit off to your nearest god dang bun. Top it with your cooked bacon, and then on the other bun,
Wow, I'm
give it
hungry.
ketchup, pepper, and salt to taste. Top that messy thing, and this is the most important part. In foil, parchment, or ideally a sandwich wrapper, wrap that thing as tight
Holds everything together, bro.
so that this is essentially steaming the bread to get that traditional texture you'll expect from a good old bacon, egg, and cheese. Now cut it in half. Good lord, it's a goddamn cross section. I'm gonna need to go take it's doing something to me. And of course, don't forget the bev, or have hellfire from all New Yorkers rain down upon your sins. Now, let's taste test.
Mr. Original, let's pop him out. And you look at this cross section. I mean, God, that is just good. You can really taste why this is so special to so many people. The saltiness, cheese is melty and ooey gooey. The bun is so soft.
Oh, I'm so hungry right now, bro.
That's the key. Crunchy bacon, and then of course, a little bit of balancing on that richness with some ketchup. Normally, I would never put ketchup on a breakfast sandwich. That is just good.
All right, that's out of the way. Let's try another one that you guys on my Instagram DMs just kept suggesting. It's literally the exact same thing. Kaiser roll toasted, eggs, cheese, fold, egg down, bacon down. But this time, instead of ketchup, you're gonna take a little bit of grape jelly and spread it on both cut sides of your toasted bread.
This is something I've never done.
For some unexplainable reason. You know, I thought I was getting pranked when I saw this request so many times, but you know what? I decided let's try it. But not so sure about it though.
Now, speaking of never putting
Is it
stuff
like
on a
sweet and
breakfast
salty?
sandwich,
I guess
grape
it could
jelly,
work.
Really f***ing weird. Kind of annoying, to be honest. A lot of people asked for it. In my research, it was pretty prevalent. If I smoked a lot of weed, I would think this is good. That's who it is. Part of me wants to like it, and part of me is like, I don't know about this. I will say this, it provides the same level of sweetness that the ketchup does. I can see how it could be used the same way. I don't know that I would order it again like that, but it wasn't bad. It does cut the richness, but it's the fruitiness that's a little out of the way for me. So I guess it depends on the jam that they use or the jelly. Not bad, not my first choice. This is a personalized sandwich, okay? Relax.
Last but not least is the Deep Pockets Bacon, Egg, and Cheese.
What is that?
You'll almost definitely never see in Le Bodega. but we're gonna do it
Sound like a
Butter in
croissant?
the pan, heat over medium heat, melt till bubbling, add your eggs, a touch of fresh sliced chives, let that cook. While that's going, cut a croissant in half, place on a heated griddle iron, top with a slice of Emmental cheese, and this time fold your egg into more of a rectangular shape, no cheese needed on the inside of this one. Pop that hot boy onto your cheese croissant, follow with your nicest, most expensive bacon. Hit it with some hot sauce to taste, another layer of Emmental, the top of your croissant, and press. And what happens after that? Well, it got a little more flat than intended, I'll be honest with you. There's something here. I'm sure there's something here. This is sort of like, I guess, the Cubano of croissants, maybe? That's kind of cool. Let's just taste test it anyway.
Last one.
I'm sure it tastes
flattest
fantastic.
Concoction on the show in history. It's kind of fun. It's almost like a little finger food. Did somebody say, "Oh bonjour, little hors d'oeuvre"? Every New Yorker watching this is like, "What is that?" I get it.
I don't know.
Honestly, it's kind of good. Kendrick, do you want to try this? Pano. All right, Victim, you're trying the fancy one. So here's a fancy fork. Oh, he wanted me to feed him. I should have fed him. Despite how flat it is, it's actually pretty good. There's something fine dining for this. I guarantee you some restaurants will just like plate it like this, standing straight up, and a little quenelle of sauce next to it. Boom, $13. You.
It's very good. The shape is off-putting, but the taste is very, very
Yeah,
good.
it looked like a flat turtle. It looked like if a turtle got ran over by a car.
Oh my God.
I've seen a turtle ran over by a car. It's ugly.
I'm gonna go cry now.
I didn't run over it. This is not a bacon, egg, and cheese. This is the bacon, egg, and cheese. And now you know how to harness its power. But you wanna know what else's power you can harness? B-roll.
Man, this one made me really hungry. And you know what the problem is? Like, I can't, unless I go make one, I can't just go get a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel right now, bro. That jelly, I don't know about that one, bro. Like, I've heard of some crazy stuff, like with bagels. This is what I used to do. All right, ready for this? I used to do a bagel, toasted, all right, cream cheese and peanut butter every day. It was one of my, I know it probably sounds weird. Some of y'all are like, Tim, I don't know. I'm telling y'all, it was my favorite way to eat a bagel, like ever. Like the bacon, egg, and cheese is good, don't get me wrong, but I would make that at like home every day. Just toast a bagel, cream cheese, and peanut butter on it, man. Oh, I'm so fat.